Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Ellis, and I am the current instructor for the STEM Accelerator led by the Technology Outreach Foundation. And I want to just film a video covering all the requirements, new requirements that we have coming in this go round. For the first requirement, we will have about 63 virtual meetings throughout the span of January 15th all the way to the end of our program, which is June 9th, all in 2026. And out of the 63 meetings, we want to make sure that our students, all of our accepted students are attending at least 80% of these meetings. And so if the student has not, the student must complete or must attend 50 of these meetings to complete their first requirement. The second requirement is to submit and complete all their final exam requirements. And so we want to treat this as much as like a college course as possible, because of course we do want to make sure that our students are prepared for college. Um, and so what will be included in these final exam requirements are the college spreadsheet, the final coding project, and the final college project. Now the final college coding and college project are different, but they will be still required as well as the college spreadsheet. This is to make sure that we're able to keep track of our students, so that we're able to track their progress, um, and that they'll actually be able to have something to put on their resume to help them guide them along throughout their senior year, junior year as they're preparing for college apps or even doing college apps themselves. Lastly, we want to make sure that every student is going to be checking in with me, the lead instructor, at least once every month. And so between January and June, it's going to be around five monthly check-ins throughout the entire duration of the program. And so this is to make sure that I'm understanding them, they're understanding me, and that all the requirements are clear. Checking in on those, of course, checking in to see what are you thinking, how are you thinking about college, what skills do you want to learn, what do you not understand? What are you stuck on? What do you need help with? Right? These are kind of like office hours. So as you all may know, parents that have attended college, office hours can be very, very helpful. And so getting the students into a mindset of okay, regularly meeting with their professors once they're in college is going to definitely help them succeed. And that again, that's all three. That's only three requirements. Um, this go round, the laptops will be property of the Technology Outreach Foundation up until the ending date of the program, which is June 9th. And so all the laptops that are being given to these students are loaned. So until all these requirements are completed by the end of June 9th, then the laptop is still going to be property of the Technology Outreach Foundation. And if the requirements are not met, then the students must return these laptops, unfortunately. And of course, I'm going to be making sure that these students, that you, parents, and students are going to be able to know about the requirements, know their progress. It's going to be emails, weekly emails, saying, hey, you're this far. Hey, you know, and so we want to make sure that everyone's locked in, everyone is aware of what's going on. It's not going to be like out of the blue, like, oh, there's no communication, like, oh my god, I have to return the laptop, like, what happened, what did I do? That's not going to be the case. I'm going to be making a pretty strong bond with these students, hopefully. And so again, these monthly check-ins are going to be part of, hey, you're kind of missing this assignment, or hey, you didn't do too well on the last assignment, what happened? Or you're behind on these requirements, right? What's your progress on the final project, right? um, I'm going to be helping them along. It's not going to be like some these rules aren't here to scare students or to scare parents, or no, that's not what the goal is at all. We want to make sure that all of our students are maximizing their opportunities within the program. We want to make sure that all of our students are able to clearly see the requirements and clearly understand that hey, this is what you need to do, because in college it won't fly. Colleges are usually 16 weeks for a semester of classes with breaks in between, and if you miss a certain amount of classes, then you just get F entirely, and you have to retake that class, and that's more tuition you have to pay. So this is a primer. This is um, a primer for students to kind of get used to this. Like, hey, I need to attend these meetings, whether it's virtual or in class, right? Um, and I know personally I didn't do too well in online classes in high school. However, this is going to be a lot different. The online classes I took in high school, they had many students, and there's only one instructor. This to go around, there's only 10 students and one instructor, and there are there's 5 meetings you have to have throughout the entirety of the program. January, February, March, April, May, June. Well, six technically. Well, we'll only count five because June we're not gonna count June. But yeah, so I'm going to be the part that really messed me up as a student in high school was not having that personal teacher, right? Because online classes, you're basically teaching yourself, but it's gonna be different. I'm gonna be holding lectures. I'm gonna be posting different videos online for the students to see. Now, it will be harder than it was last year. I'm not going to lie to you. There's more content. Um, there's more content. This it's virtual, so their students aren't going to be used to, unless they've taken an online class before. They're not going to be used to having to watch online lectures. They're not going to be used to having to do everything online. And I wish I could be there. However, that's just not the case. Now, this is going to help the students out a lot. It's going to help them. One, either tell them like, "Hey, I can't do online classes in college," and that's me. I can't do online classes in college. That's just not how I function. Um, and exposing them to that is going to be monumental, even though it may not seem like it. In addition to that, they're going to be learning a lot more. They're going to be more on track. I'm going to be able to keep a closer eye on them than I was previously, due to these monthly check-ins and these assignments. And plus, the expectations are outlined very clearly, in the beginning. There's going to be a course calendar, a syllabus. Parents, students, everyone's going to be in the loop. Everyone's going to be involved. Um, And so, although like a college class, the parents won't really be able to intervene with with much of grades or whatnot. Um, Students will be expected to show up every day, put in their all. We do expect that each student will have to commit an extra 5 hours of the week to this. This is not made out to be like a full-time job. That is not what I'm saying. Even an hour every day should suffice. Um, Homework assignments is only 10 throughout the entire duration, right? 5 months, that's two a month, right? Um, it's like one every 2 weeks, right? Bi-weekly assignments. Um, these will be covering a plethora of different topics, right? I mean, we're focusing on college admissions, standardized test prep, coding, calculus. Those are our four main things that we're going to be covering. So, along with a final project, two final projects, and an exam. So, hopefully, you all found that helpful. I'm going to be answering a couple frequently asked questions in the next half of this video. Um, but hopefully you find it helpful. Again, if you need any questions, if you have any questions, if you were concerned or confused about any of the things that I've said so far, then please email us at technologyoutreachfoundation at gmail.com. That's where you'll be able to best reach me, because that's going to be where all the TOF related content goes. But please let me know if you have any questions. I want to make sure that everyone is clear. Everything is clear. Everyone knows what's going on, and there's no confusion. So thank you for watching so far. And the next half will be frequently asked questions.